For many Ghanaians, the capital, Accra, is a starting point of their journey to Europe. I'm at the Nkrumah Circle bus station. The people who work here tell me that from this station alone, 3,000 to 6,000 people reach Europe every year. The long trip begins at a familiar bus stop around the corner. Some make it to Europe, but for others, their journey ends in Libya, where they risk getting caught in the slave trade. I'm here to meet Enoch Yeboah. Like so many others, he took a bus from here to the north of the country and on to Libya.
So thank you for agreeing to meet me here.
Oh, thank you too.
So this is usually the place where, if you're in Ghana and you want to migrate elsewhere, this is where the journey begins.
Yes, this is where the journey begins. You come here, you take a bus to Tamale. This is where you start. You take a bus to Tamale, and from the Tamale, you go to Niger, and from Niger, you proceed to the Agadez. That's why we normally start from here. This is the starting point.
When you were, on the bus traveling that day, what were you feeling? What were your expectations?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I was not afraid because I thought I was going to get something better, something good from there. So I was even happy that finally I've left my house, I'm here, and I'm starting the journey.
From Accra, it's 4,000 kilometers to Tripoli. But when Enoch reached the Liberian border, he had a feeling that his journey would end badly.
The first border to Libya, when you get there, our car stops and they asked us to come inside. We went inside, they stripped us naked, asking us for money, and we don't have money. So they torture us, beat us mercilessly.
And when you say torture, I don't want to guess, so just tell me what that was like.
They have some electrical equipment that they plug it with lights and use on you. You'll be shaking. It will be like electrical shock. They'll be shocking you with lights. That's what I mean by torture. That's what they do. They will do it and they'll be laughing. When you are crying, they'll be laughing. A lot. So one day I was there when somebody called that he's looking for a Ghanian to work with in Libya. So the connection man, the man who they sold us to, was there. He gave the phone to me.
Sold you to?
Yes.
So when you say connected you to another middleman,
yes,
you literally mean you had been sold off?
Yes.
Wow.
That's what they do.
Would you say that you were being treated like slaves?
More than slaves. Because you cannot go to drugstore and buy even medicine if you are not feeling well. You can't go out, you can't do anything. At times, to even bath, you can't. Because we are treated like animals.
Enoch's father had to sell his land for 400 euros to pay the ransom for his son's release. After 3 years abroad, Enoch returned home. His experience is not unique. Migrants hoping to reach Europe have to pay at least 3 times along the way. First, they pay for the trip to Libya. Once there, they end up working at times with no pay. Often their families need to pay a ransom for their freedom. This is no coincidence, says Ghanaian politician Hassan Hyariga.
I think that human trafficking and migration is one of the biggest trade in the world, that people are making huge millions of dollars on a daily basis. So there's a set of group of people who are benefiting a lot, and they are pushing for human trafficking and migration.
Why are we still in this cycle? You said that things keep happening the same way because we are not changing.
We had the first slavery, which we were forced to become slaves, and were taken out of our own countries and enslaved. That was the colonialism period. But this time we have what we call the new colonialism. For me, what I think, we are now forcing ourselves to be slaves. In this situation, we are no more slaves from our being forced to become slaves, but we have given ourselves to be slaves, and that is what I find it very pathetic.
But why do so many young Africans end up in the hands of traffickers? Why would they risk their lives and health on their way north? I'm headed to the University of Ghana, where young adults want to talk about the issue with me. They just took part in a town hall debate about migration, and outside the conference hall, the heated discussion continues.
How many of you would voluntarily leave Ghana to go settle somewhere else because you're looking for jobs? A couple of you. So you have returned and you would do it again.
As I'm talking right now, I'm prepared to go back. Why? Because if I'm at the Libya, if I work, I get enough money. If I come back to Ghana, I'll not get that money.
We don't have any hope that after university there is job that exists in Ghana for us.
I think we're too dependent right from the mind. We are skilled to just think we need somebody to do something for us. We should think of doing something for ourselves.
Is there a way as young people we can empower ourselves so that one, we're not so over-reliant on government as was said, and two, when we do start our small businesses, however tiny, however informal, that we are successful?
First of all, our leaders have failed us. They forgot to think for those behind them, to know that, okay, what about this number of youths growing up after us? What jobs are we trying to create for them when they finish school?
How do we then break the cycle? Does this mean that Africans will always die on the way to Italy, on the way to Germany?
Our leaders or our elders or our friends, families should help us grow the businesses that we want to start.
We can make migration in such a way that people can go outside, learn certain things and come back to come and apply what they've learned to making the system better, because no matter what we do, the system is faulty. We have to fix it, and it depends on us to fix it. We don't need to leave it on someone else.
The one thing that I've taken away with me is that we're not as helpless as we think we are. But I also believe we have a long way to go. The gentleman back there proves this to us, that if he can go through such a treacherous journey and still say that he would do it again, we have a role to play and we must take it seriously.
Kwame Nkrumah's dream of an independent and prosperous Africa is far from reality, as the young and well-educated leave their countries in search of opportunities elsewhere. But Enoch has already made his decision, and like many others, he no longer wishes to migrate.
Waste of time. The aim of going there, I've never achieved it. I waste so many time, I put so many into it, but I gain nothing. Just suffering, very horrible incidents happening, sequence of death of my friends, a whole lot. My 3 years over there was just waste of time. Waste of time, total waste of time.